Hi everybody, it's Rolex here once again with the update on Magic Find to Hithunter in part 3. In this part, I think I got really lucky and I don't want to, like make people think like, oh, this strategy, it's really good. Because, running rusted version of Divination Card Scarab shouldn't get you this much, nurses in just like 60 maps or something like that. And I ran 60 map in this part. I decided not to just like strict myself to run like 50 maps or 100 map per map. I decided, well, if I feel like it's worth updating, then I will just make a video and updating the amount of map, depending on how depending on my character state and also what I changed, and is it worth like mentioning about it and something like that. I also get a really good drop. It's just Edge's Aurora, and I sold that for like 1.1 exalts. I think the prices go around like 1 to 2 exalts if you have a really depending on role you have, and sometimes if you get a maximum roll you could go up to like 3.5 to 4 exalts. The last time I checked, and I think that was really expensive item. And I knew that like you're not gonna get this item like that often, so I decided to include that in terms of profits as well, because well, I mean, if you're playing Magic Find, if you have more rarity than I do, then you probably see this thing more often than not. And also, the fact that I dropped the Edges Aurora, that probably means that it has the item requirement or item level requirement of about like 75, because I changed from tier 4 to tier 7 now. So I ran tier 7 instead. I dropped a Beast Scarab, and I think it feels much better when I drop a Beast Scarab, because well, you don't have to wait for a beast to travel, and sometimes it bugs, sometimes it doesn't spawn monsters, which really not fun for me at all, especially in a tower. Sometimes the pathway is just it's just so narrow that the monster just doesn't spawn, so it's really bad. So I decided to drop a piece entirely, and then running Elder Scarab, and I did change a little bit on the Atlas passive tree, which I will talk about in the the show, the results and stuff like that after the results. So let's get into the results of this part. When you look over, I got 4 exalts here. It's not really a 4 exalts. I think I dropped only 3 exalts. And then the rest is just like come from converting some currency, which is ancient orb and divine orb, and also selling gems, and also selling the Edge's Aurora. I sold one of my gems, which is the Herald Eyes, that I leveled to level 21, a level 20% quality, and then I corrupt all of them. 2 of them turned into level 21, so that's why I'm using one of them here. As you can see, level 21, 20% quality Herald Eyes, and now I'm just leveling Grace, and I will just corrupt them myself as well. Just getting level 21 Grace, and the next gem probably be Blood Rage, even though Blood Rage is kind of probably cheap. I don't know if it's like cheaper than 50C for level 2120. I'm probably going to buy them. Probably not gonna level them myself. And once I got all of these gems leveled up, then I can probably run with like 5 rate or 6 rate if I have the 6 rate bowl, and just run with Anchor instead, or Anchor or Determination. But I want to get Anchor level 21. I want to see if I can run that in my build, and it will have more damage with Anchor, and also it's gonna do a lot better. So let's go into the results. I got 6 nurses in 60 maps, so this is really lucky, and I should say that you shouldn't expect to get the nurse 6 of them like in 60 maps, so it's not like 1 to 10 map. On average, with this amount of investment, which is the rusted version of Divination Card Scarab, you should look for about like 16 maps per 1 nurse. So in 60 map, you should get around 4 nurses, or like 3 to 4 nurses. You shouldn't get this much nurse. because, well, I mean, I ran a lot of with a lot of rusted divination called Scarab, and I know that on average it's about 15 to 16 maps to get one. Because I ran, like, last league, I ran maybe about 1,700 or 2,000 maps. I just forgot about it now, because, well, I ran so much maps, but the first 400 or 500 maps was running with the rusted version of Divination called Scarab. So yeah, I mean, the math and stuff like that, and I did run out in Ultimatum with just rusted Scarab, or without any Scarab at all, and the results is kind of hold up, for that in that regard. But other than that, I got a really good chest piece. As you can see here, it has spell suppression, good life, and resistance, which is 6 already. So maybe it's sellable. I don't know. I'm gonna try to sell it, and see if people still want these kind of thing, because it's kind of deep into the lake, and this one is probably just gonna be like for newer player or someone who just started the lake, which might happen. And I got enhanced, which is really nice. I got kind of niche amulets, like cold damage leech as life, and then a bunch of stat, a bunch of dexterity. I think people just want to play a dex stacking build or something. And that's pretty much it for the honorable mention drop that I think it's probably worth something, or maybe worth my character, my new character, something like that. And also, I sold Edges Orvilla, as I said in the beginning of the video, and as you can see, the amount of currency you can definitely sustain it. And this is after I bought a lot of my Scarab. I decided to run with Elder Scarab instead of a beast. As you can see here, I bought the Harbinger Scarab. I have the Runs Ambush Prepare, and Divination card Prepare. So this is about, I don't know, like maybe 1x. No, this is not 1x. This is like 20c. You can get a Rusted Elder Scarab like 20c for 200 of them. So it's really cheap, and I will definitely drop them when I get into high red tier map, which is tier 14 plus. So then I can use Searing Exact or Ethereal Bolt instead. And this is just like for the early part of this this series. And for getting to deeper and that red tier map, and I would definitely go with a different strategy. And obviously, if you want to follow along, if you have a lot faster progression than I do, then you can start dropping these Elder Scarab and running you can run a Cartographer Scarab instead, because you want to sustain your own map. So when you run higher tier map, you definitely need to get some sort of map extra for something like that. And the passive tree, I did change a little bit. I haven't dropped the Spoils of War yet, because it's really good. You have a lot of rare monsters in map in general, because you are running beyond, and sometimes you run double beyond. You get so much rare monsters, so you get 1% chance is really nice, because you have maybe about 500 or like maybe about 200 rare monsters per map, so you get about 2 extra there. You could drop these for sure. It's not that worth if you feel like it, and then just run with the map drop or something like that. If you run higher tier map, then you can just get extra map drop. And if you run with the the more expensive Scarab, you can definitely do this, but you're not killing the boss, so it's probably not that worth. So I did drop all of the Abyss node. As you can see, I dropped Abyssal Army, I dropped the small node here, I dropped the Underground Kingdom, and then I took all of the influence monster packs in area have 5% increased pack size. So this is the small node is just the one thing that is important the most. You don't need rampant growth, so I can drop this and then grab this instead, which is really nice because it's more chance of getting map drop, as well as this one. But this one you have to travel 2 nodes to get to the other side, so it's probably not that worth. So I decided to take just like this. I'm probably gonna do on this side though, because it's really nice having another 0.5% chance to drop map duplicated. It's gonna push up to 8%. So that's really nice. And this is 20% pack size for influence monsters, and running with Elder Scarab sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad. Sometimes it just spawn packs of Elder monsters, which is really nice, and it affected by that modifier on the Atlas tree. Sometimes it just spawn portal. Portal is not really affected by these things. Portal will just keep spawning monster, and it will not increasing the frequency of it to spawn. And sometimes it just spawn one monster that like slow you, like a tentacle dude that slow you down, which is not really anything. Like when that time happen, you are basically wasting your one Scarab slot. But sometimes you get like a pack monster, a pack of like eldritch monster, you actually getting a lot of value off of the Elder Scarab, and the combo, this one. So, and that's pretty much how much I changed on the passive Atlas passive tree. I will drop this. I will definitely grab something else, and probably, I don't know, like I will try to figure it out. But now I ran with the tier 7 version of the map, as you can see here, and this is just basically self-found, all of them. I basically just transitioned from tier 4 to tier 7. I ran one tier 6 of H3 map, and I got 4 or 2 or something like that. I got four tower map because it's the connected map, and it's also your favorite map. So when you drop your map, you will most likely drop +1 on the like tier, and then you get tower most of the time. But if you don't get it, you can definitely use a gilded cartography scarab like I do. I self-farm cartography scarab for like 2 of them, I think, and then I ran 2 of them. I got 4 maps out of those 2 maps. So it's not that easy to drop, so you might have to maybe buy like tower tier 7, or even run multiple of these cartography scarabs with like some random map. But you don't want to run tier 8 or tier 9 map, so you want to run tier 6, either tier 6, like wherever it has, or tier 7 map, to get your tower like pull just like that. And then I also have a little bit of a tower left here. I think I've done with the streams and stuff like that, and I like maybe after I just could like corrupt all of my maps and stuff like that. And I will stick with the tier 7 version of the map for a while, probably gonna be next part and stuff like that. And then the next part will definitely going up to tier 11, and that's probably gonna be the time that I change my weapon or change my passive tree to be less focused on life, because life doesn't do that much anymore, and then just more damage and more evasion or something like that. Oh, I did change into the perfect form. I think I talked about this in the last video, but maybe I just forgot about everything. So you get so much evasion off of just like having a lot of cold resistance, and also when you stealing mods from monster, you get so much resistance, right? So this is really a perfect item for this build. But well, I have some idea in mind, and I'm probably going to change based on that, depending on if I have the color for the chest piece. But then we'll see if I can change that into the what's the name of it, blunderbore, for the shrine effects and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it for this video, and hope you guys enjoy, and I'll be back in the next video. See you on the next video. Bye.